Yeah. It's always lost to grab. Think about it. Lost to grab in Smash 4, too.
How coincidentally, we were talking about this matchup before we even got on the mic and knew who we were talking about. Remember,
right.
We were talking about you playing against some Sonics and some Bowser Jr. players, but we'll have to transfer that knowledge here as we go into Game 1, PS2.
Now, the thing about Magister is he's a very, very heavy mind game player, right? He will slowly work you down to a quick and just get that brief little moment where he finally unlocks you and breaks you. Now, the problem is Wrath probably will not give him that chance.
Not many openings to go off of, and you're not going to really overextend with the fastest character in the game and going up against the slowest character in the game. So we'll see how you can adjust here as Magister. I've seen him take down some of the best, like taking down like Larry Lewis Fox back in the very beginning of Ultimate too. So you can deal with those faster characters.
Yeah, I played this matchup for a super long time at DreamHack Atlanta with Aperture, the UK Sonic, and it's not fun. It's not fun. You have to sit the entire time and just basically beg for an opening.
Mr. Miyagi, wax on or wax off, and we got one there. Ooh, trying to get it.
And that's the big thing here is you're going to get that ticky-tack damage. If he comes in with that, you're going to be able to get some of those revenges up, and so you're going to have to really take advantage of that as much as possible.
You see how long that juggle is keeping up for you. So Wrath continue with the Nair and then backer to push Magister off stage. Finally getting back to stage control here, making the most of it, though.
Goes for the upwards motion, doesn't want to waste the side B.
Keeps the juggle alive, too. It's smart.
Yes. Yeah, the big thing here is it's part of the capitalization, right? Once you get that side B at ledge, you have to make sure he's in kill percent for it because you probably won't get it again. Oh my God, he might have it here though. 88% to 101. The connection for Magister, and that's a stock gone.
From coast to coast, we're going to take that one. Magister didn't look like it would happen, but takes the first stock here.
And that's that thing, man. He sits and waits, growing stronger with each hit. And Wrath, but like I said, Wrath is that player that's going to sit here and make you work for it, right? So he's going to make sure he gets as much percent of this as possible. Spring's going to be bad. Yeah.
That was one thing I was thinking about a lot in this recovery, too, that would probably be a huge detriment. You can drop the spring on him, but you can get the uppy quick enough as Incineroar shouldn't be a problem. They're dropping another one, going right under it, though. It's so smart.
It's a big hitbox at the start, too. It's going to be have armor on startup, so if he does time it, he can get around it that way as well. But it's hard. That little baby nair to land super good, too.
Great low percent conversion. I like that.
Yeah, and it's a mix-up at the mid-percents, too, right? Oh, too low. It's a mix-up at low percents, too, because you're actually able to use that to start to condition sealed a little bit, because you can kind of work around it. There's very little end lag on it.
And just before Magister died, I don't know if you saw, but going straight through the spring, too, so you can get the armor up from the uppy through it.
Yeah,
it's got to time it.
Yeah, I think it's like frame 2 and 3 as your armor frames on it. I use it as a really great out-of-shield option. Ooh. Wow, he's just grabbing that.
Don't float in my ear. It's a no-fly zone.
No. That horizontal range is a danger.
Getting through it there, though, finding small. I thought it was going to be a nair into a forward air to get pushed off stage, but the upper makes sense.
Big spin dash into the fair.
Ooh, looking for the high. How smart. Dash dance pressure, I really like it. Being as slow as you are, you can kind of just run around this big cat.
103 now. And that's those things. Magisters are going to go for those high ones. There's very little end lag when you're going to do that uppy that high up in the air. So you can kind of come down in your own space when you still have this massive hitbox in front of you. You really do not want to try to interact with Incineroar's uppy when they're on stage like that.
Off stage once again, too, has the jump, and we're going to see the uppy coming down grab ledge. Just pressuring options here, too. You can't move fast enough. Forced to almost roll there. See if Wrath can punish that a little bit later. Ooh, I thought maybe an up smash on landing would have been a better option there than maybe a turnaround grab.
I feel like that's one of the things we're probably going to see as the set continues as well. Wrath starting to realize where that angle of a descent is going to be coming in, because Magister can impact that a little bit with whether he's holding in or out, but there's still enough time for Sonic to get in position for it. It's a very, very laggy move.
And also, when you're landing as Incineroar as well, they're pretty telegraphed options too, and there's been punishes from Wrath's end, just maybe not taking the distance to get those stocks. See how that changes here, though, to a great pressure still. This is what I'm talking about. The dash, you can't really deal with it as just walking on the ground as Incineroar.
I'm feeling the pain right now.
Yeah. You've been there one too many times, my friend.
So many times. I'm just sitting there looking at this nice F-tilt. Better parry, though.
Forces the jump. Yeah, there's really no options here, too, but gets far enough away to get feet back on the ground.
The problem is he's having to corner himself in the process, right? Oh, great positioning from Wrath, and that's going to be an easy back throw finish. He's starting to figure this out a little bit. He's starting to see where the side B ends and where he can start to punish it, because it's longer than you think, too. It's a little bit past his arms as he finishes up that last little grab he does on the finish of it. So smart on him to get around that.
Well, up air hit confirmed there, leading to a backer. No further punish, too, but any percent is good percent. You're up like this. Ooh. There you go. Push back off stage there, too.
Already lapped in percent, too.
Yeah. You saw the harder punishes coming in on like recovery options and like the telegraph landing. He's trying to forward smash there.
Yeah, Magister historically does that, where he'll go like he'll have the peak of the up B go above the ledge. That way he doesn't have to worry about two-framing as much. But the thing about that is like Sonic's F smash is so big, it's going to be able to cover a lot of that space. Goodbye, sir. Goodbye, sir. Wow.
That spin dash into forward air is so nice because it covers so much horizontal area and it takes you so far off stage.
Yeah, this is a really rough break for Magister, having to get immediately run into Wrath. Mr. Osborne doing very, very well in this matchup.
So we've got under wraps here, though, a full house to watch these last matches, too. I can't believe day 2's almost over.
Dude, it's so crazy. We started this morning with 1,280 players, and by the end of the night, we will be down to 96.
That's crazy to me.
Shout out to the TO staff. Shout out to everyone involved with this. We really have pared it down to the best of the best for you guys right now.
All right, it's a 3-day event. We only run singles in 2 days here, man. Couldn't be more efficient.
Interesting. So I personally do not go to Kalos as Incineroar. Magister, on the other hand, does quite a bit. So he's actually able to do a lot of shenanigans with those side platforms, sometimes with up B. So you might see some just certified grade A cheddar cheese going on right now. But it's going to be up to Wrath to put himself in that bad situation.
Do you think Magister's looking to these side platforms, maybe a little bit of a recovery mix-up and also helping when you get off stage horizontally like this?
Yeah, it does help a little bit. The problem, though, is like Sonic's able to push you out so far off stage that sometimes it really doesn't even matter. That's kind of the bane of Incineroar's existence, right? Where you're just stuck there and you're like, all right, well, now I'm just screwed. I just have to watch myself fall past the ledge.
Kind of like, to a lesser degree than how Little Mac kind of has that same problem.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a shared issue. And at this point, too high a percent for down throw to combo.
Yeah.
That's one of the things where, like, if you're not going to buff his speed, I'd like to see his down throw buffed a little bit so you can see some extended combo trees that way. But even getting the grab on Sonic is so hard.
Pressure on shield there, too. Not going to be safe with the Darkest Lariat coming out. Oh, yeah, the speed is so nice, too, because you can get really close to where Magister thinks you can get that grab, but not going to find it. You just run out, run in.
Sad days.
This is rinse and repeat here. Covering roll distance, too, there, but I think just might have been dashing a little bit. Forward air, yeah, it's easy as pie.
Yeah, you don't have to say it so excitedly. I'm sitting here watching it. I'm like, oh, man. I will say the one nice thing about the mix-ups on this side platforms with Incineroar is you can actually determine whether you're going to go through the platform with your up B. So you can hold down and go through it, much like Yoshi does with Yoshi Bomb.
Wow. You saw the back air come out there. I thought it might have looked for a full hop back air, but got a short hop back air.
Jeez. How do you, I mean, at that percentage, or at that distance, how do you react to spin dash like that? Or homing shot? Not going to kill, unfortunately, yeah.
Finally finding a Alolan Whip, though, there, too. Just finally some momentum coming out of these specials.
See, what's funny is that's what I found myself getting the most of when I was doing this with Aperture. It was just like, oh, wow, I can get Alolan Whips just because it covers so much ground space on him. What a grab. But it's Kalos. The counter, the stage bit coming out to bite him a little bit there.
Yeah, Spine Buster, not enough.
Any other stage and that would have been fine.
Ooh, the platform saving him there from the forward air. Jump. Yep, very, very smart. Obviously trying to punish those landings.
That's a huge punish. I love Neutral B. It's such a great tool. It's invincible on frame 5. It's really great. But like, if you miss it, especially against Sonic, you're catching a hard punish for it.
They're just falling out of these right now too. Not able to find maybe like is it the rage? Maybe too high a percent.
Yeah.
A little bit of both.
It starts the hits don't always link together at the higher percents.
Right.
Well, Magister, you're doing your best, and I appreciate it.
And so is Wrath, playing that very touch-and-go game that Sonic can do oh so well. And
Wrath specifically, though, he was famous for it in Smash 4, where he was one of those Sonics where you knew you had to bring your lunch when you had to play him. It was going to be a long set.
But the tie-on go to work.
Yep. Win, lose, or draw, you knew you were going to be there for a while.
Yeah. Get comfy. What we're seeing here, though, not pressuring with it. You saw another grab try to come up from Magister, not going to find the mark. Wow, interesting trade there, too. I think I've been pretty good for Magister. Still stuck at this ledge, though.
Yeah, didn't take too much knockback from it.
At the ledge here, though, is Wrath, and this is a lot of rage here. Ooh, I thought that Alolan Whip was going to grab it.
Frames away.
Oh, going to come down the Nair. That was
Nair.
aggressive.
We haven't seen that the entire time. It's just been the super high recoveries where he then has had a defensive option afterwards. So unique to see the offensive approach that time.
Not going to cover the spot dodge there with that spin dash. Going to find the hit here. Forward air. Oh, going to hit on platform too. Both of them landing.
So good. The jab, baiting the grab. Like, Wrath's so smart on that. And there's
jumping into it
again, into the up air. And now we're seeing the ticky-tack, that low percent stuff that Sonic does oh so well.
Off the forward tilt there too. Another nice hit from him. Gonna go high, trying to find a back air. Ooh.
Wow, and that's how quickly Wrath is adapting to this, right? Like, he's just all over him.
in and out so quick, too, even in the air as well. I'd really like to see that. Even with the big hitboxes you can put out as Incineroar, too, you really just can't hit him. He's moving too fast. The blue blur.
And the Nair so close to taking him off the top. What you got here? Yeah, spin dash back there. And this is like one of those rare mixes, right? Where it's almost like in boxing where you see a light heavyweight fight out a heavyweight for the first time and how quickly they're able to move around him.